All right, well, straight to our top story now, and it looks like the legal storm surrounding Goldman Sachs is spreading across the Atlantic. As U.S. regulators sue the company for fraud, now both the UK and Germany say they want more information about how the bank sold mortgage-related investments before the subprime collapse. Eric Coleman assesses the damage.
While Goldman Sachs' CEO is heading out for a Sunday stroll in New York, Britain's Prime Minister is pointing the finger in London.
I'm shocked at this moral bankruptcy. This is probably one of the worst cases that we have seen. I want a special investigation done into what's been happening at Goldman Sachs. I want a special investigation done into the entanglement of Goldman Sachs and the companies there with other banks and what happened.
And Brown is not alone. Germany's financial regulator wants details on the case as well. At issue is a deal Goldman arranged 3 years ago, just as the U.S. housing market wobbled. The SEC says the bank created and sold an investment product tied to subprime mortgages without disclosing that a hedge fund client, Paulson & Company, helped pick the underlying securities and bet against its success. Within months, much of the portfolio was worthless. Two of the big losers were European banks that eventually got bailed out by their governments. Royal Bank of Scotland paid almost $850 million to get out of its investment. German bank IKB got socked for $150 million. The big winner, according to the SEC, was Paulson, which reaped a $1 billion profit. Goldman denies wrongdoing, and Paulson says it wasn't involved in marketing the investment. Still, analysts see a bitter fight.
The whole war is ideological, it's political, it's philosophical, pushed and engineered by the lack of funds governments are suffering from. So they will put all pressure, file up everything to really get some money back. But my personal opinion is that this will be very difficult and not very successful. But it shows that the reputation of Goldman Sachs on the long run may be hurt significantly.
Goldman also must contend with the EU, which is investigating currency and debt transactions it arranged for Greece back in 2002. Goldman says it did nothing wrong, but the EU promises a, quote, profound and thorough investigation. Eric Coleman, Bloomberg News.